As a brain specialist who has spent decades studying how the aging brain works, I thought I had seen the most common threats to memory. I knew how chronic stress, lack of sleep, and poor diet could lead to cognitive decline. But recently, I came across one seemingly harmless behavior that is quietly stealing memory from millions of older adults every night. It shocked me not because the habit is new or extreme, but because it is so ordinary that most people do not even question it. This habit is repeated nightly in bedrooms around the world. It has become part of the evening routine for seniors who believe they are simply relaxing. But science now tells us something different. This one habit, if done regularly, interferes with memory formation, disrupts the brain's cleansing processes, and accelerates cognitive aging. What is worse is that people who experience memory problems often do not realize this habit is to blame. They attribute forgetfulness to getting older, when in fact, their brain may be suffering from years of nightly damage. The habit I am talking about is falling asleep with the television on, or using a digital screen right before bed. Whether it is watching late-night news, scrolling on a tablet, or playing videos to unwind, the result is the same. Exposure to artificial light, especially blue light from screens at night, suppresses melatonin, the hormone responsible for regulating sleep cycles. When melatonin is blocked, the brain's ability to enter deep restorative sleep is severely limited. And that is where the real danger begins. Deep sleep is essential for memory. It is during this phase that the brain processes the experiences of the day, consolidates short-term memories into long-term storage, and removes toxic waste products that build up during waking hours. One of the brain's most powerful cleaning systems, known as the glymphatic system, only activates during deep sleep. It clears out beta amyloid, a protein linked to Alzheimer's disease. When sleep is shallow or fragmented, this system cannot do its job. Night after night, these toxins accumulate, and over time, they begin to damage brain cells. This is why so many seniors begin to feel mentally slower, more forgetful, or easily confused. The tragedy is that they blame it on age instead of looking at their sleep hygiene. Studies have shown that older adults who are regularly exposed to light before or during sleep have poorer memory, slower thinking speed, and greater risk of cognitive impairment. One large study published in the journal Sleep found that even low levels of light exposure during sleep increased the risk of mental decline in seniors. And the problem is not limited to screens. Even bedside lamps, nightlights, or digital clocks with bright displays can contribute to this disruption. But screens are by far the most powerful offenders because of their intensity and spectrum of light. The habit becomes even more harmful when combined with emotional content. Many seniors fall asleep watching news programs filled with conflict or violence. The brain, even in a semi-sleeping state, continues to process these stressful images. This leads to higher cortisol levels, which further impair memory consolidation and reduce the quality of sleep. The cycle repeats itself each night. Poor sleep leads to poor memory. Poor memory leads to more stress. More stress leads to even worse sleep. The spiral continues unless it is interrupted. The good news is that this kind of memory damage is not permanent. The brain is incredibly resilient, especially when given the right environment to recover. But the first step is becoming aware that this habit, as common as it may be, is dangerous. In the next section of this video, I will explain what happens inside the brain when you are exposed to artificial light at night, and how quickly your cognitive health can begin to recover once that exposure stops. When you are exposed to artificial light before bedtime, especially the type emitted from screens, something very specific and very damaging happens inside your brain. The human brain operates on a natural cycle known as the circadian rhythm. This rhythm tells your brain when to be alert and when to rest. It is guided primarily by light and darkness. As evening approaches and the sun sets, your brain is supposed to receive signals that it is time to wind down. In response, your pineal gland begins producing melatonin, the hormone that prepares the brain for sleep. Melatonin does more than make you sleepy. It also activates processes in the brain that are essential for memory consolidation and cellular repair. However, when your eyes are exposed to blue light from screens in the evening, this signal gets blocked. Your brain interprets the light as daytime, and melatonin production slows down or stops. This delays your ability to fall asleep, but more importantly, it shortens the duration and quality of your deep sleep. And deep sleep is when the brain performs its most vital tasks. It is during deep sleep that the hippocampus, a key memory center in the brain, transfers information from short-term memory to long-term storage. If this process is interrupted night after night, your brain starts losing the ability to retain information. You may forget conversations, misplace familiar objects, or struggle to recall names and dates. Even worse, chronic melatonin suppression affects your brain's ability to clean itself. During deep sleep, the glymphatic system activates, flushing out toxic proteins and metabolic waste. Without this system working properly, harmful substances like beta-amyloid begin to accumulate. These substances are directly linked to Alzheimer's disease and other forms of dementia. The impact of blue light does not stop at sleep disruption. It also triggers inflammation in the brain. Research has shown that even short bursts of nighttime screen exposure can elevate levels of stress hormones like cortisol. Cortisol interferes with memory formation and increases oxidative stress on brain cells. It weakens the blood-brain barrier, making your brain more vulnerable to toxins and inflammation. And the damage accumulates. Seniors who expose themselves to blue light before bed often experience greater mental fatigue, emotional instability, and slower problem-solving. Over months and years, this chronic exposure accelerates brain aging and increases the risk of memory loss. The problem is made worse by the fact that many seniors rely on screens as a source of comfort. Watching television helps them relax. Reading news on a tablet keeps them connected. Playing games on a phone gives them a sense of control. But these habits, when done right before bed, are silently stealing the clarity they are trying to preserve. Fortunately, your brain has an incredible ability to rebound. Studies have shown that reducing screen time before bed for just 1 week significantly improves sleep quality and short-term memory in older adults. Melatonin levels return to normal. Deep sleep becomes more consistent, and the glymphatic system works more efficiently. Even more encouraging, inflammation markers in the brain begin to decrease when blue light exposure is reduced. Your thinking becomes sharper. Your mood stabilizes. You begin to feel more like yourself again. All of this begins with one simple decision to protect your brain by protecting your evening routine. In the next part of this video, I will guide you step by step through an easy nighttime routine that strengthens memory, supports healthy sleep, and eliminates the harmful effects of evening screen exposure. Let me now walk you through a step-by-step nighttime routine designed specifically to protect your brain, support memory, and promote deep sleep in seniors. The goal is not perfection, but consistency. Step 1 is screen elimination. At least 1 hour before bedtime, turn off all electronic devices, including televisions, smartphones, tablets, and computers. Place them out of reach or in another room if possible. This gives your brain time to reset and signals that it is time to slow down. Step 2 is light control. Dim the lights in your home during the last hour before bed. Use warm-toned lamps instead of bright overhead lighting. If you need a night light, choose one with a red or amber hue, which has less effect on melatonin. Step 3 is mental transition. Replace screen time with calming activities. Read a physical book under soft lighting. Listen to gentle instrumental music or write in a gratitude journal. These alternatives help your brain shift out of active mode and into rest mode without stimulation. Step 4 is physical relaxation. Do 5 to 10 minutes of gentle stretching or light movement. Chair yoga. Deep breathing or walking slowly around your room can reduce tension and help circulation. This helps the nervous system shift toward parasympathetic dominance, which supports sleep. Step 5 is a warm drink. A small cup of herbal tea such as chamomile lemon balm or rooibos can help relax the body and signal the brain that it is time for rest. Engaged and fulfilled well into your senior years. This is not about avoiding aging. It is about aging wisely. It is about protecting the organ that holds your identity, your memories, and your ability to connect with others. That organ is your brain, and it deserves your full attention. If you have found this video helpful, please share it with someone you care about. Let them know that one small change tonight could mean a clearer mind tomorrow. And if you want more expert guidance on senior brain health memory tips or natural ways to stay mentally strong, subscribe to this channel. We are here to walk with you on your journey to a better brain and a brighter future. You are not alone, and your best days can still be ahead of you.